Good morning.
Sure.
Senator Jake Garn has gone through boot camp before.
Absolutely.
He was a pilot for the Utah National Guard, flying missions to Southeast Asia. The induction process this week at the Johnson Space Center was familiar. Getting the official ID, filling out forms, being issued space fatigues,
Yeah.
Okay.
and an introduction to NASA chow.
With little kids, we have a lot of grape drink around.
Some things were not routine. Posing for the official NASA portrait. Like any young private, Senator Garn went through a physical. They poked and prodded, checked his eyes and ears.
Just like the military.
Besides the physical checkup, a series of mental tests were given. One called for the senator to be zipped up in what NASA calls a personal rescue sphere. The plastic ball could be used to rescue astronauts from one shuttle to another in an emergency. Garn sat in it for 10 minutes to see if he had claustrophobia. He doesn't. On a treadmill, they checked out his endurance. Garn ran on it for 14 minutes at varying speeds with no problems. His heart and lungs are fine. But that's not surprising. Garn jogs 5 miles a day, 5 times a week. At 52, Garn will be one of the oldest men ever to journey into space.
There are some 20, 25, 30-year-olds who couldn't go because of their physical condition, and they're not looking at chronological age, they're looking at physiological age. And this is the third stress EKG I've had in the last 2 years.
Garn's job on board the shuttle is to be a human guinea pig. The payload specialist will conduct medical tests on what causes nausea in space.
If I have to throw up to get into space, that's a very small price to have to pay. I've thrown up for no reason at all. This is a very good reason to go get sick.
As part of the preparation for the shuttle flight, and as a reintroduction to nausea, Garn boarded a KC-135, a special NASA airplane.
They call it the vomit comet. I'd be lying if I said I didn't get queasy, and it is an incredibly pleasant feeling.
The highlight of the week for the new NASA recruit was his flight aboard the KC-135, which he passed with flying colors. And afterwards, he was able to tell the press his flight date has been picked. He will go aboard the Challenger on February 20th.
This couldn't be more ideal time-wise because 1 week is off for the February recess in any event, and the real legislation doesn't start coming around till March, April.
Garn is concerned about how his status as a senator will affect his relationship with his crew. 4-time shuttle pilot Bob Crippen has been giving advice.
There's always going to be some negative reaction from people that have been standing in line to fly in space for a long time, that are working hard at it, and all of a sudden somebody else is in front of them. We get that kind of thing from quite a few of the crew members. Main things I've talked to him about is how he should think about himself integrating into the crew as a senator. That's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for some of the people involved.
Reaction from NASA officials is positive.
Everybody generally felt that it's appropriate and timely that, you know, we get somebody up into space that is the average guy on the street. It's just a matter of time before we start breaking this thing open so that everybody is out there. We've got to get it to the point where it's not all PhDs and fighter jocks that are flying out there.